Hey everyone, see who shows up tonight. I'm beat. I worked all day and then went to the dealer to pick up some parts, spent about $100, and my tires came in. The tires for the 1958 Wheelhorse RJ, which are 4.8 by 4 by 8. Same size as like wheelbarrow tires, but that's what they use on the front. The only problem is these original rims were filled with calcium chloride inside the tubes. One of them was leaking a little bit, so there was some rust to deal with, but I can't stand breaking down wheels and tires by hand with spoons. I mean, I have an arbor press. I have a big arbor press. It's probably weighs close to 80 pounds, and it's got about a 14 or 16-inch throat on it. So I actually use that to break the bead. That works great. But using the spoons to get the tires off the rims, I mean, I almost knocked a tooth out. One of the spoons, I saw it coming at me and I ducked, so it wasn't too bad. But those tire spoons, when you get two or three of them in stereo with each other, you can hurt yourself. So anyone who takes off a lot of tires and tubes and stuff like that, thumbs up to you if you do it well and if you do it without a machine, because dangerous. I've done hundreds of them, believe me, but I wanted to make sure I had the calcium chloride out of the tubes. I had the tubes, everything broken down, so I could sand any rust that was around the hole and inside the rim, any rough spots or burrs. I didn't want to give it to my dealer, with burrs and things like that. Just nice guy that I am. So, but that took about an hour to do both of those. So it knocked me out. Did a good job. So coming online, allergies are still hitting me a little bit of stuffiness, but not too bad. Anywho, we'll see if anybody shows up. Maybe Mr. Faust will show up, or Mr. Maddie, or somebody is lurking. It's only about 6:30. Still early, but just figured I'd talk about breaking down tires and tubes. Nice if you have the machine. I do actually have one of those little Harbor Freight jobs. I've got to make a mount for it to mount it on my trailer hitch on my truck. That's what a lot of guys do. That way you get a nice rigid mount. Hey Jess, what's going on, brother? Just talking about tire tubes and tires and breaking them down. I just broke down a set of rims and tires off a 1958 Wheelhorse RJ 58. They were filled with calcium chloride in the tubes, and they were rusty, and oh, what a nightmare. I said with the spoons, I have 3 spoons I use, the 2-foot long or 3-foot long spoons, and I almost knocked the tooth out, but made it all right. Got them off, got the calcium chloride drained out. My flowers are probably going to die, but drained out the calcium chloride. Got the tubes out, got the rims off, sanded all the rust and burrs, make sure there's no burrs. I don't want the tubes to pop, so gonna drop them off. Hi James, how you doing, buddy? Gonna drop them off at my dealer about 5 o'clock tomorrow morning before I go to work, so he can mount the new tires. There was only one place that had tires for these things. 1958 Wheelhorse RJ is a 4.8 by 4 by 8, same size as a wheelbarrow tire, but you want like with those zigzag treads like the old style. And only Kenda brand, Kenda, makes one. They sell it through Stens. They're about $34 a piece, something like that. But this is going to be for my friend customer who is having a sheep shearing festival on Saturday afternoon. He wants his RJ tractor to be in tip-top shape running wise for his kids and for his guests. And one of the tires had an actual blowhole in it, and the tube was sticking out like a sore, like about 2 inches, big bubble out the sidewall. So I've been telling him to replace those for years, and finally he tells me, gave me about 2 weeks notice to get it done. So yeah, not a huge fan. Like I said, yeah, if you have the tools, like anything else, Jess, if you have the tools, everything works right. And I've used tire spoons and tire irons before. I've done hundreds of them, but just no fun though, really. I mean, after a full day's work, 10 hours of work, you come home, you don't feel like doing that. And they were filthy, nasty, dirty, because the calcium chloride had leaked out of one of them. It had gotten all inside the rim, rusted a little bit. It was just nasty. And then when I pulled the first stem off the first tube, I got doused with calcium chloride, and I had a cut on my thumb, and that was burning. I got it in my eyes. My eyes were burning. So not a good evening so far, but I did get them off. I got them cleaned. I got them ready to go like I said, tomorrow morning I'll drop them off at the dealer about 5, and I'll pick them up on the way home. This Friday is my Friday off. Every other Friday with my company we have off because we work 9 10-hour days, nine in a row, and then we get the 10th Friday or the second Friday off. So it's a good deal. So that day I've got some customers scheduled, but I have to get this tractor back down to my customer. He's about 28 miles away down south toward New York, and got to get him down to him. I promised him I'd do it. I keep my word, so I will do it. How you doing, James? How's everything going? How you feeling today? Feeling any better? Hope so. The clutch cover came. The 455 Rancher clutch cover finally came today for the 340 conversion I'm doing. I do have my list together. I'm hopefully placing that tomorrow with Maddie. Well, through Maddie with H&L. I'll get that stuff going. Just, work's busy. Everything's busy. Just crazy. What's everybody up to? Anything good? Definitely a young man's job, Jess, reading your comment there. Definitely a young man's job, and I'm not a young man. I've got 2 daughters instead of having sons, but they're not really into it. One of my kids is into it a little bit, but not really. It would have been different if I had a boy. But house full. White Castle, there you go. Sliders roll. Extra onions. Always extra onions on the sliders. Doctor's probably yelling at you. You're not supposed to eat White Castles, are you? A little grease? I don't think that's good for a 61-year-old. But hey, everybody needs a little treat now and then at White Castle, especially in Indy. If you're in Indy, what else is there? I mean, Indy is White Castle. So around here, what's getting popular now is that Chick-fil-A, I guess it's called. One of my daughters, well, I'm in Trumbull, Connecticut. She drives to Norwalk, 17 miles away, just to go to this Chick-fil-A. She just says it's so good. So I had to bring one home. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a decent little chicken sandwich. Got a little pickle on it. It's okay. But would I drive 35 miles total to get a chicken sandwich? No. I said to her, just to get you using $5 in gas to get a $4 chicken sandwich, But yeah, White Castle. Honestly, I haven't had White Castle. This is crazy. In 39 years. I had White Castle in 1980 when I drove out to Purdue University to drop my brother off at college. He graduated high school in 80. So we dropped him off at Purdue, and that was my first exposure to White Castle. So there's none here. I don't believe there's any in Connecticut. I don't think so. I don't know how far east White Castle goes. They probably, I don't know, if Pennsylvania maybe, or maybe they stop in Ohio, but I don't think there's any in Connecticut. Wow. Holy cow. 225 stores. Yeah. Well, didn't it originate out there in Indiana or somewhere like that? I think so. Yeah. What's popular out here? We just got Sonics maybe 10 years ago. We didn't have any of those. I know if you go up north, like Canada, it's all like Tim Horton and stuff is up there. We got the standard Mickey D's and Burger King, and Duchess is a popular restaurant around here. Duchess. They do good burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. Oh, 25 White Castles. What are they, some in 3-packs or 6-packs, or how do you buy them again? It's been so long. I just remember the guys coming home in a greasy bag, and we just chomped down on little sliders. So it was interesting. Yeah, Sonic. The only thing the kids like with Sonic, they like those sweet shakes, those ice things, whatever, like Slurpees that they sell. 70 people, 3 each. Well, that's not too bad. 3 each with 15 left over. Someone was saying you could do Uber Eats and get White Castle here in Connecticut for a $40 charge. They'll fly them in, and they par cook them, I guess, halfway, and then you put them in the oven for like 10 minutes. But for a $40 charge, you can order White Castles and they'll FedEx them into you. That's pretty cool. They send them in an insulated box. Like I said, they're just partially cooked. The buns are partially steamed or whatever. And then you throw them in the oven for 10 minutes and you have White Castles. So I should try that. That would be pretty cool. Culver's, never heard of that. Yeah, Five Guys. They've been around here for a while. What I hear about Five Guys, they say they have really good fries. at Five Guys, but I hear the burgers are good too, but pricey. Five Guys, my buddy went in there. He got a burger and fries. It was $14. I mean, that's kind of crazy. You know, we have a little place down the street. It used to be called Marie's. Now it's called Trumbull Grill. And there's, I don't know if it's Mexican or some type of, Hispanic people running it, but unbelievable food. Oh my God. They have something in town where our town's Trumbull. It's called Trumbull Mex. And it's like a breakfast burrito with eggs, chorizo. And oh my God, it's just, I had one today for lunch. It's just unbelievable. I love Mexican food. There's a lot of Mexican places around here. We're supposed to be the heartbeat of pizza, though. New Haven's only 15 miles up the street, where you have Pepe's Pizza, supposed to be the most world famous pizza and all that. But I don't know. There's one next to it. It used to be called Sally's. I thought that was the best, but Pepe's, I don't know, everyone's touting it as the best pizza ever. We send 10 people to get about 20 each. Oh, that's not too bad. What do they run, James? What's a slider run? About $1 each? Or are you talking a couple of bucks each? I'm trying to think. Going back way back when, McDonald's actually used to be a treat for us when we were kids. My parents, once a week, we would go out either for McDonald's or pizza. And it was fun. We had 5 of us, 3 children. I had a brother and a sister, my mother, father. We'd go to McDonald's, and I remember getting like a cheeseburger, a hamburger, because couldn't afford a cheeseburger, the extra 5 cents or whatever it was. And they had the sign up, what was it, over 1 million served or over, and the number would keep changing when we were kids back in the 60s. And then I'll never forget when I got older. Oh, that's not bad. When I got older, McDonald's, the burgers used to be 15 cents, 20 cents. I'll never forget when I got my first real part-time job when I was going to college or high school. I worked in a grocery store, and every day payday, my buddy Scotty and me, we would go to McDonald's. We get 2 Big Macs, 4 large fries, 2 apple pies, and 2 large Cokes. And that was our treat. We loved the fries. We loved the fries. We had the apple pie, a large Coke. I mean, not good for you at all, but every Thursday payday, that's what we did, me and Scott. We would he worked at a place called Caldor, like a retail store, and I worked at a place called Wall Bombs, which is a supermarket. We get our checks, we cash them, and we go to McDonald's. That was it. Hey, Maddie, what's going on, brother? So here's sorta, just lurking. I got my 455 Rancher covered today, finally. They lost it a few times, not as bad as Canada, but they lost it for 2 weeks, and it finally showed up today. So pricey, though. I mean, I've been looking online, and I think, ironically, I'm going to go with your link, Maddie, to get stuff from HL, but it looks like this one here on Amazon went through HL because it had an HL sticker or something on it. So the price was identical, so it looked like they went through there. But I thought I was getting a deal. I don't know. It just seemed kind of pricey for a piece of plastic. But like you said, nice to have that adjustment versus the one that goes in from the end. Nice to have a side adjustment on that. So $80. Now it's 80. Now we're down to 80. 100 to 90, 125 to 95 to 80. There we go. Pretty soon it'll be free. You should trade them for White Castles, James. I mean, I trade a few hundred White Castles for a saw. But like I said, the worst I've ever done, I fixed a saw for 9 cans of seafood soup, because I believe in bartering. So good soup too. Chesapeake Bay from Maryland. 9 cans, $45 worth of seafood soup to fix a saw. That was all right. That was fun. Shipping, yeah, shipping only. That's for sure. Don't go through Canada though. Whatever you do, I know FedEx goes through Memphis with everything, but I think Maddie's always USPS because of the rates and the flat rates and all that stuff. So, oh man, I don't know, Maddie. By the time you get that 288, it's going to go up in value. By the time you get it. So, see what's happening. Anybody watch Game of Thrones? I'm a big fan. I watched it the other night. Interesting. I won't spoil it for anybody, but good episode. My kids and I love that. I'll watch it. They'll watch it, I'll watch it, and then we'll have an argument about what's real and what's not real. So, interesting. 288 Limbo. Yep. Did you get your parts for the 268, Maddie? Is that what's going on with that? Is it 268? I think it's 268, the next one. I saw a guy local here, Maddie, with Craigslist. He had a 272 with a crushed handle. Something fell on the handle. Let me see. 272, a 335, and an 029 total for $300. And it looked like they were all in pretty good shape. I thought that might have been a decent deal. I don't know. What's a 272 worth? That's all there. It just has the handle squashed. $100. I know, 50 for everything. I know, but I figured for 300. I don't know. I didn't have 300 to pull the trigger on that deal because I didn't need the other saws. So to me, that whole $300 bill would have been just for the 272, really, because I don't need an 029 or a 335. You think it was a deal? Yeah, he still is on Craigslist. I think Craigslist Hartford. Oh, Craigslist Hartford, your area. Someone in your neck of the woods. Yeah. 335 just needed a carb tuning, and those are worth at least $100. 029. Yeah, you probably get it, so you'd get the 50 for yourself. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Jesse, what'd you score? 2 500 propane tanks for 300. 500 gallon? Holy cow! Wow, how'd you get them home? Wow, that's a heavy tank. How do they do it out there, Jess? Do they mark the date stamps on them, or do you just have to get them tested? I know around here, as long as the paint isn't rusty or flaking, they'll certify them. Usually it's done by age, by date stamps on tanks. That's the way our gas company does it. Bobcat trailer, there you go. Yeah, my little 5x8 landscape trailer wouldn't do it. My buddy's got a low boy. You can put like a D6 or D8 on it, huge low boy with a fifth wheel. So he had another one. We moved my Bridgeport Miller with it. So nice to have a good trailer and a good truck. My 2000 S10 with 161,000 miles is getting old, but hey, it still runs good, gets me to work. I can't complain. I probably got to put tires on it before I go to the get together, though, because the front left, I think the ball joint's going because I got a little bit of wear on it. Either that or the toe end screwed up. I got to take a look, see what it is. But so what else is everybody up to? Regular day, Matt, just standard 9 to 5, or was today a day off? Usually, is it Wednesday your day off? I know professionals usually have Wednesday off. I don't know how they do it at the new office. There's Nikki. Early. What time is it? 11:40 out there, Nick. So you're getting ready to go to bed, I'm assuming. Old school. None of the overlap. I would say, don't get me started on that. I have a daughter who is just becoming a teacher, and she's drinking the liberal Kool-Aid, and it drives me freaking insane. So last year when she had to pay taxes, I said, there you go. Call Bernie and have him write you a check, all your liberal friends. But that's between her and me. Anyway, oh gosh. What is there now? About 25 people in the Democratic Party that are trying to run for president now? I don't even want to get involved in that. I'll drive myself crazy. I don't see that old deal. It was Hartford Farm and Garden. I believe it was Hartford Farm. Oh, no, you know what it was? New Haven Farm and Garden, but the location was Hartford. So look up Craigslist New Haven and type in, just type in saw, I think. I'm sorry, in tools. I'm sorry, tools. Look it up in tools and see, because if it's not in Farm and Garden, it'd be in tools, but it was New Haven. But I scrolled down, and once you scroll down, it starts changing the location. And this ad was from Hartford, but it was listed in the New Haven ad. So, but, tell everyone in what I bought. Uh-oh. I don't have the wife's number, James, so you're good with me. Uh-oh. You didn't buy a Matt Olson 268 XP, did you? Nikki, what do we got? Painting again. New house area construction company. I hate painting. It looks good when you're done, but I hate painting. A D4. Oh, that's a nice one. That's nice. That'll pull a little bit. Put a Scarifier on the back and start ripping. That's fun. All right, Maddie, we'll talk to you later. Enjoy. I'm waiting for my family to come home to figure out what's going on for dinner. That's why I came on. Nobody's here. It's just me and the cat, the new cat. Yeah, how do you buy a D4 in the hospital? Actually, it's funny. You are in Caterpillar land. Isn't Caterpillar Indianapolis? I'm pretty sure Caterpillar's out your way anyway. So, but a D4 is nice. What year is it? Is it got a lot of hours on it or what? Because D4 is a decent dozer. We did a lot of work out at the Caterpillar plant in Indy. We did some measuring equipment out there. My company built some measuring machines for them. So, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but out your way, like I said, Indy, that's the heart of cat, right? Isn't there tons of Caterpillar out there? That's where they're headquartered. But hope you got a good deal on it. Is that just for fun or something for the business to move stuff around? I know a lot of times they move a lot of stuff, heavy stuff around with those things. 2000, wow, that's not bad. That's not bad. What year is it? How old is it? In the 80s? What's in that anyway? Is that a Perkins or is that Detroit or Cummins? What's actually in a D4? 79. Okay. What's actually in that? What's the engine? Let's see for cable. Ooh, cable run. That's fun. Cat motor. Okay. Oh yeah, Caterpillar cat motor. Yeah. Okay. Stupid me. Yeah. What else would be in a Caterpillar? Yeah, that's true. Okay. Stupid me. Fell through the ice. Ooh, that's not fun. You ever recover it, Jess, or is it a boat anchor down there now for all eternity? That doesn't sound like fun. I hear a lot of stories about the guys on falling through ice. I had a friend of mine, Wisconsin, I think he was. He lost in a fishing shanty. He didn't bring it in on time, and it fell through. So, oh boy, what to do? Okay. Oh, it's in Lafayette. Okay, right by Purdue. Purdue's in West Lafayette. So, okay. Yep. But I think they have a couple of different plants too. They have a big manufacturing plant. They have some satellite plants. I know where we had our measuring machine was in a plant. I believe it was in Indy, a smaller plant. They did precision measuring out there of components. So I saw a TV show one time on Caterpillar. Where they're doing the latest what is it, D12 or something, and they were laser cutting all the material or water jetting it or whatever, and just unbelievable. What a cool dozer. 4 plants, okay. But yeah, Caterpillar just iconic when you look at the colors, the red, the black, the orangish yellow, school bus yellow, whatever. Just an iconic brand known around the world. I think that's what kept them going in the hard times in 2008 was the world business, the stuff that they had not in America. They definitely have a strong hold in equipment, especially those very large what is it? Those not tractors, the dump trucks, the huge dump trucks they use when they're excavating. I know Cat builds those. Asthmatics after you say, hey, you know what? Never call me late for dinner. If the wife came in right now and said I got pizza, I'd be shutting you guys off like a bad dream. Food comes first, Nick. That's the way it is in America. Food, then money. Food first. Look at me. Look at the size of me. Food first. Boy. Let's see. Grandpa thought it was a good idea to plow. Yeah, good to plow a skating ring, but not with a 4-ton or 5-ton D4. Oh gosh, that's funny. What are you going to use it for, James? Because I know a lot of people use it just for pulling stuff around because it's just pure torque. You can just pull anything, move tractors around, move everything around, I guess, move freight around, move containers around. I just like when they put those big Scarifier hooks on the back and just rip up, asphalt and concrete and dirt. Those things are like nasty. The big Scarifier hook, But like anything, playing with equipment is fun. I have a friend of mine who loves, Gold Rush. Yep. Friend of mine loves power equipment. He's not married, no kids, but he'll buy backhoes and stuff like that and just have fun, just because, So to be young, have money, and have toys, those days are gone. That's for sure. But anyway, what else do I have going now? Tried to get a carb kit for one of those stupid tillers that's in my garage. RB29 kit from Zama. Since Steel bought Zama, my dealers are having trouble getting Zama kits and parts because Steel has a stronghold on them now. So all Steel carbs now are Zama carbs because they own Zama. So I don't know. I prefer Walbro myself. Great grandfather's orchard, 75. Oh, nice, 75 acres. I would kill for 1 acre, but in my town, 1 acre will cost you $250,000 just for the bare land. It's ridiculous out here. Yeah. Well, at this point in my life, the money's coming. I went to school. I end up getting a couple of degrees, graduate degrees, all that stuff. So the money's coming, and I enjoy what I do. So that's good. But kids are getting older, and as kids get older, they get more expensive. And all the stuff I did to the house 30 years ago, I got to redo now. So all those expenses, it all comes around. Everything comes around when you're younger, and you do all this stuff, and then it goes to crap, and you got to do it again. So, anywho, clean fence lines. Okay, yeah, that'll be cool. That'll work. How much fencing you got? I mean, you don't have it around the whole property, do you? Or do you have animals or anything, or just fencing for your business, or just fencing for the family farm? Wow. Oh, I'd love to have land. I told you guys, I watched that guy Chuck E 2009. I love that guy. He's a welder by trade, but then he like leases out fields in Texas to plant hay and sell hay, and he buys tractors and stuff to do it, and he has a good time with it. Pretty cool. Waiting to get my motorcycle back. My buddy's putting the tires on and all that, so it's almost bike weather. I mean, it's warm, but a lot of rain lately. Almost every day is rain, so not conducive to motorcycles, but it'll be nice because I'm only 6 or so miles from work, and I can take back roads. It's just with the pipes that are on my bike, if I start up at 5:30 in the morning when I go to work, I'll piss off the neighbors. So I have to see, maybe I can roll down the hill and then start it up. We'll see. I like motorcycles though. I mean, my first one was what did I have? Honda Shadow back in '83, I think it was. But been a while. I like anything. I probably enjoy working on them more than I like riding them, but riding them is fun. But I enjoy working on them. 20 cows, 50 chickens. See, now you get me hungry. All right, 20 cows, 50 chickens, 4 goats, and 3 horses. Yeah, except for the horses, you're making me hungry. Even goat. I had goat roadies when I was in Tobago on vacation one time. They had goat roadie sandwiches. Those are pretty good. But, oh boy. Did your nurse come over today, James, or what? Or are you on your own? I know you were talking. They was going to have a nurse hook you up. Let's see. So we got Nikki, James, and Jesse. Just the 3. Boy, I'm not as popular as Matty Olson. I got to put up some more videos. I got a lot of response though to the one where I did the fuel filter change on that Kohler XT engine. A lot of people private messaged me and said thanks because some of them, it was driving them crazy. It drove me crazy until I just said, figure it out. So, but yeah, I guess when you got a little trucking business, you can have a couple of toys. But you know what? Like anything, James, it's for the business, right? That's what you tell the wife. It's for the business. That's what I tell my wife. What'd you spend that money on? Tools. Why? It's for the business. You have to spend money to make money. Just remember that. They don't understand it, but you have to keep telling them you have to spend money to make it. Like today, I spent $100 on parts. I'll probably make $200 from those parts. So, you got to spend it to make it. You have 3 come over 7 days. We all. I don't think you get to choose, James. Hey, at least they're female, right? Mine was a male nurse who came. So nice guy, but male nurse. He actually showed me how to hook up the PICC line, heparin, flush it, and get the air out so I didn't kill myself. Hook up the bag and just drip away. And I did that for about a month back in 2012 when I had a wicked infection. So used to doing that. But how the White Castles doing, James? They all gone? You got any left? It's been about a half hour, so I'm assuming most of them are done. Made contact with a guy doing live from his workshop. If you watch, and what's the website or what's the guy, Nick? What's his name? I see a lot of guys doing some cool stuff, but not a lot of guys do live. I mean, I subscribe to a ton of sites just because I'm interested in a lot of stuff, but I think live is cool because you can ask questions, Craigie, there he is. How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. But we're talking about James is pounding down the White Castles in Indy. Nikki's staying up late to talk in Ireland. We're all talking about just stuff. We don't eat till 7:30. What time is it? Yeah, but what time zone are you in now? It's 7:00 here. Is it 6:00 there? Or is it still 7:00 there? I don't know what the time zone is in Indy. Anyone going live? Oh, yeah, I think live is cool. It's funny. The Small Engine Nation, if you just type in Small Engine Nation, there's tons of those guys. They're live all the time. But it gets so congested sometimes, even like Buck and Billy Ray. There's 4,000 people online. They're all trying to ask questions and chat. It just gets very congested. I like going live and talking to people. But if I had 500 people at one time, I don't know. Heck, Craig, I know what you're talking about. The pollen and everything is killing me. I've had allergies the past few days, So, Adelino, I got to look that up and see what that is, Nick. But, yeah, Craigie, what are you working on? Anything? Or are you just trying to feel better? He offered me a 455. He owns a 455 Rancher. They're okay. Like I said, I bought the side cover for one for my project saw. But Craig, talking about the 58 wheel horse RJ that I'm working on, the tires were filled with calcium chloride. The front tires, they're 4.8 by 4 by 8, and they weighed about 16 pounds each because there's probably 2 gallons of calcium chloride in it. When I snapped the tube tips off to try and drain it, I got calcium chloride all over myself. And then breaking the beads and taking the tires off, I nearly broke my teeth trying to spoon the tires off. So not a very productive day, but it got done. But yeah, I'm just waiting for everyone to come home here so we can have dinner. I don't know what they're doing. I may do the 900-degree pizza truck if they don't come home. I go there, I call up, literally in 5 minutes, you have your pizza. So you can't be any further away than 5 minutes or else it's cold. So I may do that. Filled tires, haven't seen. I know. This was actually that cloudy white calcium chloride, real calcium chloride. Most people use RV antifreeze nowadays, or windshield washer fluid. But this guy, who knows? They could have been in there since the 50s. I don't know. But a little bit of leak on one, so a little bit of rust, but not too bad. It's just working with the spoons. I am exhausted because, working with 3 spoons, breaking the beads and stuff. I used my arbor press to break the bead, but trying to take them off the rim, oh, what a nightmare. Well, yeah, White Clam, that's what I had Saturday. Guy was phenomenal. Tons of garlic, tons. My truck smelled like garlic and clam for 3 days, but it was phenomenal. I may do that. Like I said, you call him up and he says 5 minutes, and it is 5 minutes. I got there literally 4 minutes, 52 seconds. I had my watch on. It was already in a box. So that was pretty cool. But what projects you got, Craig? The 576 still working, or are you just chilling? I was telling James about, let's see. Yeah, it's nasty stuff. It really is. I mean, I probably killed a bunch of plants when I drained it, in the dirt where I had some flowers planted, but I had to get rid of it. I wanted to get the tubes out and everything going so I could sand the inside of the rim wherever there was corrosion. I didn't want to have my dealer have to worry about it. He's going to insert the tubes, and I bought Kenda brand tires. They were the only ones that had a zigzag tread that mimicked the tread. The rest of them that size were wheelbarrow tires, and I didn't want that. But they were the only brand through Stens or anybody really that had that size tire that wasn't a wheelbarrow type tread. So hopefully the customer will be happy. He's going to have his sheep shearing festival on Saturday, and he wants the tractor running so that he could pull around a little hay cart with his kids. He's got goats and sheep and stuff like that. And once a year, he hires someone from up north to come down and shear the sheep. He says he's going to have a banjo player and all kinds. So it should be fun. Be a nice place. He lives in his house is on the historic register. I think it was 1700s colonial. And it's a beautiful house. And he's got a little farm in the back. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh boy, Matty was on. Craig, you missed him. He went to have his dinner, but he was on for about I think 10 or 15 minutes. So I don't know if I think today's his day off. Wednesday is usually a professional day off where everyone with a doctor in front of their name goes to play golf. So we'll see. Speaking of that, my daughter's thinking of becoming getting a doctorate in English because she has a master's. So I said, "That's on you. I'm done. I'm done paying for everything. You want it, you do it." So that's fun. Anyhow, what do we got? Steel BG55. Okay. Alpara steel pistol grip. Steel pistol grip string trimmer. Broken line from the from snow from the saw on the road in the Dodge, because I've seen a lot of that around here with the stuff they use now. It's killing all the brake lines. So you got to go with the copper nickel lines now so they won't rust won't rot anymore. Copper nickel, way to go. Good brake lines. But now they sell the kits for everything. I think in the winter months, most of the garages around here are booked with pickup truck and bigger truck brake line repairs because they just pop. They just rot and pop. So, but what do you got for a Dodge? You got a Cummins or a regular Dodge, or what is it? So like a 90s Dodge? Or you got something fairly new? I was never a big fan of Dodge, but now with this Ram thing, I'm kind of liking them. Buddy of mine's got a few of them. Let's see. Rear brake line almost wrecked. Running a stop sign. Oh, really? The rear and the fronts didn't hold it or couldn't stop it? That's weird. Because with a dual cylinder, shouldn't the fronts have worked? Wow. Unless you were towing or something. But wow. Yeah, usually in the rear where that block is above the differential where the lines meet, they usually rot right there because everything builds up above the rear end, just sits there. All the salt and dirt and everything else, and that junction block always rots out. But anywho, what else is going on, men? Anything? We got a festival Saturday called the Zagre Farms Show, which is an operating, I believe it's a dairy farm, but they have steam power and they have a steam sawmill with a huge round saw, steam powered, steam shovels, stuff like that, Bucyrus and Erie steam shovels, and just a lot of cool stuff. So I may be heading there this week. And if so, I may do a recording there or maybe even a live stream from the show to show you guys some stuff, but that would be pretty cool. What do we got here? You just pick it up big on the roads here. Rare sight. Yeah, out in Ireland, Nikki, do they have like they do in Australia those, what do they call them, utes, which look like little El Caminos, those little utility vehicles with the beds on the back? I'm not too familiar what they drive in Ireland. Dodge Cummins, yeah, the older ones, the Gen 1s. My buddy's just sold his mint 1990 or 91 Gen 1 with like 70,000 original miles. It was mint condition. He got a good amount of money for it. So what did he do? He goes out and buys like a 2016, the newer Cummins with the urea, which is garbage. It just, I can't stand the new ones. They say there's 800 foot-pounds of torque, but the 5.7 seems like it pulls harder than the Cummins. But now with the urea in there and the high exhaust temperatures and the burn off, I don't know. I don't like the new ones as far as performance. And if you chip it, you avoid your warranty. The dealer will see that you put a chip in it and it avoids any warranty you have. So anyway, but I do like the styling. I think the Dutch has a good style to it. Only stock Toyotas, Land Cruiser. Oh yeah, Land Cruiser and stuff. Toyotas are expensive though. A buddy of mine took advantage of that program where they repaired or replaced the chassis on Toyotas, the smaller ones, the Tacomas or whatever they call them. Yeah, he actually had a rotting out body and he put it on a brand new frame. Don't ask me why. The choice was you either get 50% off a new one, or they'll replace the frame. Yeah, and replace the frame. I don't know. I would have bought a new one for 50% off. But anywho, let's see. What else is going on? Fuel system went out on mine. $5,000. Nissan. You know what? I used to love Nissan years ago. When I met my wife, she had Nissans, and we bought a couple one new Nissan back in the late 80s. And I loved that car. I absolutely loved it. But now Nissan electricals are like the way Lucas electricals used to be in the 60s and 70s. You know, like they used to say when you bought a British sports car, always bring your mechanic with you because you're going to need them, and have them bring a flashlight because you're going to lose your electrical system. It's true. Anything with Lucas Electrics in a British car, they just, I don't know. With all the rain over there, you figured they'd know electricity, but no. But yeah, it's funny. Nissan has like a fusible link. It's a special thing on the battery, and if it goes bad, it's like $200. And it's like, what? And it connects the battery cable to the battery. It's not just a regular clamp. It's a special fusible link that's like $200. It's ridiculous, you know? They got any of the old pickups there, Nick? Like old American pickups, or is it newer stuff? Because I know here you grab an old 60s and early 70s Chevy pickup, they're getting big bucks. The collectors are going crazy. We used to throw those things away, but now everybody wants an old pickup. Oh, somebody's home. Guys, I'm going to hit it. I mean, dinner's coming soon. So everybody take care. Talk amongst yourself for the next few seconds, but otherwise, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully, Matty will be on later. He said he might be on. So, what do we got? Full billet trans, all that stuff. Yeah, all the fun stuff, Craig. Hybrid turbo quadrigen 200. Sounds like fun, Craig. Get some pictures. I want to see that thing. All right, guys, take care. That's going to be it for me. Thanks for stopping. We will talk to you later on. Hopefully, we'll do a couple more product videos to get you going. Talk to you later, guys. Take care now. James, take care of yourself, buddy. We'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.